Hey everybody, it's Roy here, and it's officially it's been officially, but it's officially 2025, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the future and like what I am excited for that's happened or what has happened or what like or things I'm excited for this year or that just in general, like my plans for this year. So, without further ado, let's get started. There's so many things I'm excited for this year, and I barely know where to start. I guess it would first have to start off with motivations I have for this year. Motivation number one. Hopefully finally passing my permit test this year in some way, shape, or form. In some way. Obviously not by cheating. No, no, no. But by finding a method that works or improving my memory at least so I can remember the facts that I study so I can have a better chance at passing. That's what I plan to do because something that's been a sort of a lifelong dream of mine is that not lifelong but a dream that I've had for a couple of years now is that if I eventually get ask my permit test and get my license, then I will take my girlfriend out on a date. I'll drive her on the date. But we'll get to that later. We'll get to my girlfriend later, a couple later in this video. Another thing I'd want to do if I was able to drive is if I go to over to my girlfriend's house, then I wouldn't have to be on up in my parents up on my parents up at my, I wouldn't have to eat away at my parents, not to sound graphic or anything when I say that, but I wouldn't have to pester them to drive me there, to constantly drive me there or stuff. And I also wouldn't have to waste my money on to not waste it, but I wouldn't have to spend my a lot of my money on Uber getting back from there. Those are all the things I want to do when I'm eventually able to drive. Oh, and also, so this one jerk fake friend that I know from this private program that I've been a part of for 5 years now, so he wouldn't be up on my case for not being able to drive. He can drive, but I wish I was able to drive. So not only would I not only would I not feel like a total misfit in that program, but also so he wouldn't be up on my case about that, being the conceited, arrogant jerk bag that he is. I really hope I get my license this year or pass my permit test at the very least, because that's even harder than the actual driving part for most people, especially me. And for a lot of people are going, oh, no, it's not easy for everybody. Like, especially me. It's not easy for me, especially. Like, this is something that this is something that I been working towards since I was 16. And I wanted to pass this so badly, especially since in my most vulnerable moments in life that I couldn't drive, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't drive away from home and get away from how I was feeling, like that stuff. So yeah, I've been hoping for that. I've been really hoping for that will be that goal will become achieved this year at some point. The next thing that I'm excited for this year is, you guys remember how I enjoy how I enjoy writing spells or make composing poetry, or formulating poetry with the spells that I write. That's another thing that I'm super excited for. since, get ready for this, 3 of the kinds of spells that I wrote, they actually kind of worked in some ways. I'm going to explain to you how. The first spell I can recall that worked was the emo love spell from either my first or second book. I can't remember, but that spell, it was to not only encourage love in the emo subculture, but also help people within the emo subculture find love or bond with each other and encourage and just overall encourage love in general within the emo sub style and subculture. Being the emo person I am, like that spell, like I made it. I guess I also based it on a couple emo love ballads I wrote, where I listened to a lot of them, and yeah, uh I just I just went on from there, and then I wrote the emo love spells on Valentine's Day of last year of 2024, and and then what do you know, 8 months later I found a girlfriend at my first official concert, which happened to be a mostly pop punk but also kind of emo show, which I was super, which I actually not was, I am still, even though, this was in the past this is in the past, like when I was initially thrilled, but I still am super happy about. However, like I said, I'll get to this later. So yeah, the emo love spell is the first spell I can recall that worked. The second spell is oh yeah, the anti suicide spells. I sent this spell to I took a picture of this spell that I wrote, these spells that I wrote, and sent it to a friend who was like going through who from high school that I reconnected with, who's like going through another depressive period, like just like how I do. She struggled with mental health issues like how I do, and she was going through another depressive period and thinking about, you know, not being alive anymore. So I reassured her. I prayed for her. Sent her I sent her the anti-suicide spells, and I don't know. And this one's probably just a coincidence, but um luckily she so far it worked and she's still here, thankfully. It's still sad that I almost lost a friend, that I almost lost another friend, and this time not to like not because the friendship with them like died, but because they themselves almost died, or they almost died at their own hands. But this spell, I mean not temporarily, but so far this spell, it kind of worked. So like I guess I'm excited and grateful for that. Another spell that kind of worked was this one this healing or recovery spell that I sent to my girlfriend when she was dealing with a sore throat. I think it was either in early January or late December. I'm not gonna give too much away here, but like she was sick, and I wrote the spell out, and then I sent it to her, and then next thing you know, just a few days later, she became better. So that got me real, and when we both noticed that got me really excited. So yeah, like it brought me out of that slump that I was in, um, that I've been in for quite a while, and yeah, the fourth um and so far final spell for now that worked that worked so far was this concert ticket spell that I wrote for me. I wrote for me and my girlfriend when we were initially bummed that we couldn't get tickets to see MCR, but luckily on Christmas we found out we're going to see them after all. Just we just didn't find out until later. Like again, like the other spells, this could be a coincidence or something, but like still, it's got me excited because like not only did my spells did some of my spells work, but we're also going to see several concerts this like this year, and we're both super hyped for it, and I can't wait for that. Oh, and yeah, speaking of my girlfriend, yeah, I should have made a video about this earlier, but I'm gonna talk about this here now. I am finally in another relationship after not having been in one for a whole year. Like, I've only been in one previous relationship before, but it only lasted for like a month and a half, and I never even got a chance to go out on a date with that girl, and I didn't get to do a whole lot with her before she moved and before she ended that relationship. So the fact that I'm in another relationship now, I still can't believe it. I'm super. I can't express how grateful I am for that, and how excited I am for like all of the stuff that we're gonna do this year. I met her at the Avril Lavigne Greatest Hits show that Simple Plan, one of my first ever emo band, was in, and we and then my text I already followed her on Instagram like before not up until that point, but briefly before that point. But when I discovered through her notes on Instagram that she was at that same concert, I was like, wow, I just have to like talk to this girl. Like if she likes Avril and Simple Plan, just I mean, I already knew we liked a lot of the same bands. I knew we both like MCR, but like when I discovered that she likes Simple Plan and Avril Lavigne too, I was like, I just have to become friends with her. I mean, I've seen her at college before, but like we have to be friends. And so like I texted her, and we started socializing to each other from that day on, and checking on each other every night. Almost every single night we would text each other, asking how each other's day was, checking on each other, and we would love every single each one of each other's texts, almost. But like, yeah, we we became good friends, and we discovered we had a lot in common, and soon enough, we became a couple. We became a couple in I believe early October, so that was like 3 months ago from now. So like and like we and so like and so like yeah, we went on our first date, I believe, at the very end of November, and since then things have been going great. She invited me into her close friendship circle, and I've been getting out of the house a lot more on weekends than I have been before, and we yeah, we've both been having fun with each other. And I can't wait for a lot of the things we're gonna do together. Her name is Emily, and she's also and like me, she is also super passionate about music and loves alternative music, alternative metal, alternative rock, mainly emo music, and we love a lot of the same music, and we both go through a lot of the same personal struggles, which I'm not going to get into, but like we both love that, and I mean, not love the struggles, but we both love that we have a lot in common, and yeah, she motivates me to like stay hopeful and stay maybe not okay, maybe yes, optimistic, but also hopeful about the future, and push through a lot of the difficulties that I faced in the past, and sometimes still do face today. And she like and I and like, and I want to take this part of the video to like commend her for that. Thank you, Emily. And getting back to the spells that I wrote, uh, like, um, I'm super excited to like find a way to make a profit off of them and persevere through life with them and finally put the pains of the past behind me, cope with a lot of the trauma that I both went through and put myself through, and not last but not least, but most importantly, have a better future with thanks to the help of the spells that I've written. I'll probably make a later video dissecting the spells that I wrote that that I hope that worked or I hope will work. But for now, I'm gonna sign off with this video, and so I thank you guys for the few subscribers I do have. I hope this channel blows up soon. If it doesn't, then well, I won't stop trying. And and I am super excited for this year. I'm super excited for the spells that I write and the adventures that I hope to have and to get away from myself. And I'm super hyped for a lot of things. And thank you to my followers, especially my girlfriend Emily. She has her own YouTube channel. You guys should subscribe to that one. She's a far more sophisticated YouTube vlogger than I am. She knows how to do thumbnails, but thank you for tuning in, and stay cool, stay good. I will see you guys later, and Happy New Year.